we will begin to look at why we form relationships and the contributing factors that influence who we choose as partners. One category we have is appearance. And so in one study, a group of more than 700 men and women were matched on blind dates at a social event. And after the party was over, they were asked whether they would like to date their partners again. And the result? Well, the more physically attractive the person, as judged in advance by independent raters, the more likely he or she was to be seen as desirable. Other factors, such as social skills and intelligence, for example, didn't seem to affect the decision. So even if your appearance isn't beautiful by societal standards, consider the following encouraging facts. First, after initial impressions have passed, ordinary people look with kind and pleasant personalities are more likely to be judged as attractive. Second, physical factors become less important as the relationship progresses. So in fact, as romantic relationships develop, partners create positive illusions, viewing one another as more attractive over time. And as one social scientist put it, attractive features may open doors, but apparently it takes more than physical beauty to keep them open. Another reason why we form relationships is our similarity. And so a large body of research confirms that the fact that we like people who are similar to us in at least the most important cases. So for example, the more similar a married couple's personalities are, the more likely they are to report being happy and satisfied in their marriage. Friends in middle school and high school report being similar to one another in many ways, including having mutual friends, enjoying the same sports, liking the same social activities, and using or not using alcohol and cigarettes to the same degree. So for adults, similarity is more important to relational happiness than those communication ability. So friends who have equally low levels of communication skills are just as satisfied with their relationships as friends are who have high levels of communication skills. Perception is very important here. So research shows that we are more attracted to similarities we believe exist. So we seem to have a lot in common than to actual similarities. In fact, perceived similarities often create attraction. Deciding you like someone often leads to the perception of similarity rather than the other way around. We're also attracted to those language styles that match our own. On a more substantive level, similar values about politics and religion were found, and in one study, to be the best predictor of mate choice, significantly more attraction than physical appearance or personality traits. Another category we have is complementary. There's a familiar saying that says opposites attract, and that seems to contradict the principle of similarity that we just described. In truth, though, both are valid. Differences strengthen a relationship when they are complementary, when each partner's characteristics satisfy the other's needs. So research suggests that the attraction to partners who have complementary temperaments might be rooted in biology. Individuals, for instance, are more likely to be attracted to each other when one partner is dominant and the other is passive. So relationships also work well when the partner agrees one will exercise control in certain areas and the other will exercise control in different areas. Now, strains occur when control issues are disputed. One study shows that spendthrifts and tightwads are often attracted to each other, but their differences in financial management often lead to significant conflict over the course of a relationship. Next, we have reciprocal attraction. We tend to like people who usually like us. So the power of reciprocal attraction is especially strong in the early stages of a relationship. At that time, we are attracted to people who believe are attracted to us. Now, conversely, we will probably not care for people who either attack us or seem indifferent towards us. So it's no mystery why reciprocal liking builds attractiveness. People who approve of us bolster our feelings and our self-esteem. This approval is rewarding in its own right, and it also confirms a presenting self-concept that says, I'm a likable person. When someone does say that you're good-looking, intelligent, and kind, and you believe yourself to be ugly, stupid, and mean, you may choose to disregard the flattering information and remain in your familiar state of unhappiness. Now, Groucho Marx summarized this attitude when he said he would never join any club that would consider having him as a member. Another category as to why we form relationships is competence. We like to be around talented people, probably because we hope their skills and abilities will rub off on us. Now, we are uncomfortable around those who are too competent, however, probably because we look bad by comparison. Now, given these contrasting attitudes, it's no surprise that people are generally attracted to those who are talented, but also have visible flaws that show that they are human. Disclosure is another reason why we form relationships. Now, research shows that The key to satisfying self-disclosure is reciprocity, getting back the amount and kind of information equivalent to that in which you reveal. Now, a second important ingredient in successful self-disclosure is timing. So it's probably unwise to talk about your sexual insecurities with a new acquaintance or express your pet peeves to a friend at your birthday party. Finally, for the sake of self-protection, it's important to reveal personal information only when you are sure the other person is trustworthy. The following category as to why we form relationships is proximity. As common sense suggests, we're likely to develop relationships with people we interact with frequently. So in many cases, proximity leads to liking. For instance, we're more likely to develop friendships with close neighbors than with distant ones, and chances are that we'll choose a mate with whom we cross paths with. Facts like these are understandable when to consider proximity allows us to get more information about other people, benefit from a relationship with them, and also people in close proximity may be more similar to us than those who are not. For example, if we live in the same neighborhood, odds are we share the same socioeconomic status. Now, the internet provides a new means for creating closeness as users are more able to experience virtual proximity in cyberspace. A very, very important aspect to why we form relationships is our rewards. Both impersonal and personal are based on a semi-economic model called the social exchange theory. The social exchange theory model suggests that we often seek out people who can give us rewards that are greater than or equal to the cost we encounter in dealing with them. Now, according to the social exchange theory, relationships suffer when one person feels underbenefited. Rewards may be tangible, such as a nice place to live, high-paying job, your rent's getting paid for, you get a lot of presents, or intangible, such as prestige, emotional support, companionship. So that's part of the reason why we tend to like people who are famous, is that by association we get a huge reward in being connected with this person. Costs are undesirable outcomes, such as unpleasant work, emotional pain, and so on. A simple formula captures the social exchange theory and why we form and maintain relationships. So the equation goes rewards minus costs equal outcomes. So rewards minus costs equal outcome. I believe this is an idea that we inherently do. Think about why you may have left your last job. Think about why you may have left a particular relationship, or maybe why someone left you in a relationship. Is chances are the person did some accounting. They looked at all the rewards that they received from this relationship minus the cost of doing business with us or with the other person, and that led to an outcome.